What's good, boys? Hope you fellas are all having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about the best free AKA player to pick up and actually add to your team. When we're talking about the best free AKA player, we only talk about the set champions. Those are the ones you guys can claim for free out of the AKA token exchange. We do like to make this video every single week or so. Obviously, AKAs drop every single Monday. I wasn't here on Monday. It's Tuesday afternoon. Regardless, though, I do think we got a really good drop of AKAs. And it was time to update this video. Now, one more key thing, we don't include LTDs on the actual ranking, but we will talk about some of the new ones. Hitman, or Ray Nitschke, not Hitman, Wildman, looks really good, but is he worth the price? We'll talk about all of that at the end of this video. Also, we did cut the list down to 12. Historically, we rank every single AKA card, but fellas, these 85s, some of these 86s, they don't need to be talked about anymore. Now, without further ado, let's slide on over to the number 12 best free AKA player you boys can pick up today. Also had to lose the sweatshirt. It feels like a freaking sauna in my room. All right, so at number 12, we actually have a few 86s on today's list, and that is where we are going to start. In my opinion, the 12th best AKA player is Paul Krause, center fielder. This is one of the best, hands down, budget cards you boys can actually pick up and add to your team. Like, obviously, if you guys are going to open up the AKA token pack, you saved your tokens. I will say I have continued to save and hold on to my tokens. You're probably not going to spend those tokens that you've had to grind for weeks when we have 89s in the game on an 86 overall Paul Krause center fielder. I get that, but if you guys want to pick up a free safety on a little bit of a budget and will be an absolute dog for you, I mean, it does not get better than 86 overall Paul Krause. 1, 87 speed. That is really good to this day. 2, 88 zone coverage, 84 hit power, 80 man. He's got really good other stats besides his speed. And 3, 6'3". Boys, it is a high ball meta. We've all, played it. We've all known it. And, you need to have taller players on your field. Paul Krause back there with, deep zone KO and pick artist as his glowing X factors is cool, but he's 6'3", toss him in a deep zone. Paul Krause, number 12. All right, next up after Paul Krause, we do have another 86 overall. We're going to go with Maserati Marv, a card that is aging fantastic. I mean, first up, 6'3", 209 pounds. So he does have that size advantage. Again, high ball meta, 6'3", fairly tall at the wide receiver position. 2 is coming in with 87 speed. Now, obviously, we're pushing 90, 89 speed, but again, if you're balling a little bit on a budget, Maserati Marv can be that wide receiver for you. 85 short, 85 medium, and 87 deep route running. What I really like about this card and what I think is really underrated, his glowing X factor. Wide receiver apprentice for 1 AP. While I was away, we talked about the best abilities and X factors, and I made sure to mention all of the apprentices. They're all really good. Zig routes, deep crosses, short crosses. You want to have players with different slot and outside apprentices on your field. Marv gets it, from any single position on the wide receiver, side of things. Yes, it's only on for 4 plays. Regardless, though, those 4 plays, spam your Zig routes. This guy's a dog. But cracking the top 10, we are moving on to 87s, I believe. And we got the first of the SAC team exchange. Number 10 and number 9, you guys can basically flip depending on how you feel. I think Joe Colecco is the 10th best player we got. 82 speed right end. Now, we obviously have faster right ends in the game. We're pushing 87 speed. Micah Parsons, Jason Taylor. I mean, they don't run like 87 speed in real life, but in MUT, they're pushing 87 speed. This card is a right end. It is a solid right end. He's 6'3", 263 pounds. Not the biggest, but if you do pair him up with all of the other SAC exchange, we've talked about this a lot. They do give +1 power move to all of them. If you're going to pick up one, you might as well go pick up the rest. It is like 1 million coins spent on your defensive line, so is it worth it? I'm going to say no, but again, it is there. He does get AKA Edge Threat as well as Double or Nothing and Secure Tackler X. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. That is new. That was not there the last time we looked. And you guys can also see he gets Unpredictable X, Under Pressure X, Double or Nothing, so not sure if those are necessarily supposed to be there, but those are Gridiron Guardian X factors. Regardless, though, I don't really think that's going to push Joe Colecco higher up on the list. And his counterpart, the other champion from the SAC team exchange, Marty Lyons, coming in at number 9. It's a defensive tackle. He's 6'5". He doesn't have that 300-pound big boy threshold we like to have on DTs. Regardless, though, really decent card. 78 speed, 86 excel, 85 block shed, 87 power move, only 72 finesse move. Now, taking a look at his glowing X factors. He will come in with interior threat, so not terrible. And then El Toro, and then he does have El Toro X, double or nothing X, under pressure X, so maybe those are supposed to be there. Again, fellas, I was away from Friday to, I guess, right now, literally landed in, plugged the Xbox back in, turned the camera on because we needed to talk about the best free AKA players. All right, so moving on to number 8, we got one of my favorite cards in the entire game, my wide receiver 2 on my team, Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, 87 overall. I mean, there are a few reasons why Tyreek Hill is really good in Madden, and this card basically gets every single one of those thresholds. One, Tyreek Hill's build in MUT is just good. He's got like a special, unique way he lines up, the way he runs routes. I swear it's a real thing. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Go watch Tyreek Hill and go watch him when you play Madden. It's like identical and it's really cool, and I think it plays better. 2, 88 speed. I mean, yeah, that is almost top tier speed. We do have 90 speed players in this game. I get it. I don't care. Tyreek Hill, very fast. And 3, glowing X factors. Doesn't get anything too crazy here, but he does, get outside apprentice X as well as all of the out elite and elite X's and spin cycle. Don't personally love spin cycle anymore. I ran it on him. It was there, but again, Tyreek Hill, absolute dog, and for what, 160,000 coins, does not get better than the Cheetah. Next up though, and the Cheetah's counterpoint, Night Train Lane. Now, if you guys know me, I am holding on to my set token AKA exchange until we get an 89 or 90 overall champion defensive back. I think defensive back is the most important position in MUT, and having really good DBs all over your field, I mean, it is basically a necessity at this point in the year, and Night Train Lane is a very good defensive back. Now, would you spend your tokens on him? I personally would not. I do think we are going to continue to get better cards, but as a, solid pickup option here, Night Train Lane, dog, 88 speed, 87 man, 85 zone, 6'1", 194 pounds. What meta are we in? High ball, Night Train Lane, 6'1". He can hang with that. He's got pick artist and inside shade. All right, so if the Moshi math has been cooking, I made this list on the plane, so keep that in the back of your mind. Number 5, we got Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, first 88 overall we actually are going to talk about today. 85 speed, 87 catch, 88 short, 85 medium, and 80 run blocking. By far one of the best run blocking tight ends in the game. Also 6'6", 268 pounds. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the best free AKA player video I drop every single week, then you'll know I have been a Division 1 Rob Gronkowski AKA hater. I don't think this card is worth this price. Well, he's gone down in price, and yes, he is nowhere near the best tight end in this game. I get it. I'm fully about that. This price is absolutely ridiculous, but on Monday, he was selling for like 225,000 coins. If you can pick up this card for like 225k, he is 100% a play. 80 run blocking, 6'6", 268 pounds. Fellas, it is a high ball meta. I honestly don't hate the idea of throwing 3 tight ends out there as your wide receivers. Kincaid, Gronk, and Kyle Pitts. I mean, that is definitely a way to play this game right now. He does get AKA Bruiser as well as tight end apprentice. And then, you guys see here, I guess the new addition to the game, these X abilities with the Gridiron Guardians promo. Not sure how long those are going to be there, so we won't talk about them right now. But regardless, Gronk coming in at number 5. Yeah, I genuinely never thought the day would come when I was like, you know what? Maybe Gronk isn't a terrible Madden card. And you know what? Well, it, should probably still be here. Kidding, not kidding. Next up, though, we got Harrison Smith, Hitman. Still the cleanest card art, in my opinion, I think. 87 speed, 80 man, 88 zone, 90 hit power, 6'2", 211 pounds. I mean, fellas, how many fumbles do you force a game? How many fumbles do you give up a game? Having somebody with 90 hit power back there as your strong safety is pretty unfair. Also, 6'2", high ball meta. You want tall players back there. Honestly, he is just a better Paul Krause center fielder. And yeah, he's coming in super high on today's list. So we are actually down to the top 4. We got Patrick Mahomes, we got Ray Nitschke, we got Brian Arakpo, and we got Creed Humphreys. Next up, I'm actually going to have Brian Arakpo be Rack. Now, you could make the argument to actually flip him and Hitman. I don't hate that. But I'm a Commanders fan. Commanders bias. We're 4-1. When else do the Commanders come in the top 10 in power rankings? Never. I don't actually remember the last time we were good. So let me have it. Let me have Brian Arakpo in the top 4. 6'4", 257 pounds, 84 speed, 88 block shed, 89 power move. Now, yeah, fellas, the Commanders theme team is actually one of the best theme teams in the game. So put Brian Arakpo on your Commanders theme team. And oh my God, this guy is going to be an absolute monster. And yeah, he probably should be flipped with Harrison Smith. But guys, the Commanders are 4-1. Let me have this. Let's move on to number 3. I swear we're a totally unbiased channel that doesn't make decisions based on feelings, right? Right. All right, next up, though, we got Ray Nitschke, Wildman. Now, he's a new middle linebacker, and, like, when I saw the card, I was like, oh, this card could be pretty solid. And then I saw 70 zone coverage. And, like, by all means, that's not terrible. If you want to actually use her on this card, go for it. He's a top 3 middle linebacker in this game. He's also a top 3 AKA player in this game. Go back to what the first thing I just said, a top 3, middle linebacker in this game. Do you want to spend your one free AKA player on a top 3 player or the top 1 player? And that is, the argument against this card. He's good. Do not get that twisted. He's got mid-zone, run stuffers, bunch of other XX factors. But I think the team of the week, Troy Anderson, is just better. And that is purely the only reason why this card is taking a downfall on to today's list. He's got 90 jump. He also does have 90 change of direction. So yes, I could, see the argument made. But for me, Troy Anderson's got the height on him. Nitschke coming in at number 3. Sliding on over to the top 2, if you guys, keep up with a lot of Moshi videos, if you aren't subscribed, go down there and subscribe and drop a like. We post daily videos just like this one. If you made it this far, odds are you'll probably like the rest of what I post. Then you'll know we talk about taking your free B&D offensive lineman, even if it isn't the flashiest pick. And, that is what Creed Humphrey Country Strong is. Now, he is an 88 overall. We got 89s. But, fellas, you pick Creed Humphrey, you won't have to worry about a center until after the Blitz promo. I promise you, they're all going to play the exact same until abilities start becoming free and they actually start mattering for the offensive line. 87 strength, 88 pass block, 88 run block, 6'4", 302 pounds. By no means the flashy pick. I get it. He does boost +1 strength to centers, so just himself, kind of a dumb boost, EA. freaking A, but Country Strong, Creed Humphrey could be a play on a lot of people's teams. But I mean, in my opinion, the best free AKA player we can all pick up and add to our teams today, Patrick Mahomes, Showtime 1. Nobody calls the dude Showtime, so let's just stop making up nicknames and let's just, not call him Showtime. Regardless, though, card is an absolute dog. 87 speed, okay, that's a little bit aggressive, but still. 91 throw power, 87 short, 89 medium, and 87 deep accuracy, 90 throw on the run, 90 play action pass, 6'2", 225 pounds. Now, I do know there's like that stupid animation he makes when you hot up, but there is a way to actually beat it. I don't know it off the top of my head. Somebody tweeted at me earlier today. Again, been on a plane all day. We'll look at it and talk about it in my updates video. Should be live here about 8 p.m. So if you want to figure out the, Patrick Mahomes hot route glitch that's making this card a little bit worse, stay tuned for that video. Now, yeah, he is by far the best AKA card we have seen. Do I recommend you guys pick him up? I'm not. I mean, do you want to lock yourself into a B&D quarterback? That is completely up to you. I don't recommend it. I usually advise against doing that. So I'm not going to pick him up. Regardless, though, one of the best quarterbacks we have in the entire game. The issue with the quarterback position is we just keep getting better and better and better quarterbacks. I would still probably use Will Levis over Patrick Mahomes. Now, taking a look at these AKA LTDs, the big one, Ray Nitschke, Wildman. My biggest complaint with the AKA promo is that we keep getting 2 cards. One gets an LTD, one gets a champion. Can we just stop doing that, EA, and give us 3 separate players? But, it's a lot to ask from them. Regardless, though, that's enough complaining. LTDs. Card's cool. Again, probably the best middle linebacker in the game. I mean, you guys see 89 zone on the LTD, 70 zone on the champion. That's brutal work. Is he the best, user in the game? Probably, but for his price, I don't think he's actually worth it. The other LTD we'll talk about today, Gronk, cool card, but I still would rather use Kyle Pitts. Tyreek Hill could actually, I don't like spending over 1 million coins on one card, but for 967,000K, I don't hate the play there for Tyreek Hill. And the last LTD we'll talk about today, Vernon Davis got a Redux. I don't consider any of these cards LTDs anymore. Just go pick up the Redux version if you want. Where's the other 88 overall LTD? Oh, that's who it is. It's Mark Gastineau. Yeah, don't go pick up that card. There are significantly better edge rushers in the game. And fellas, that is everything we got today. I am happy to be back recording live. If, you didn't like the weekend videos, I'm sorry. That is on me. It's a lot to record in a short period of time, but we are locked back in. 3 videos every single day for the rest of October. That is my promise to each and every single one of you guys. If you did make it this far and you found this video helpful, you learned something new, go on down there and drop a like. I will catch you boys back here later today with another banger, I promise. But until there. Peace, fellas. Have a good one.